Hi everyone, I'm Shagun Agarwal, and in this video we are going to discuss one of the important chapters, speed reading from the book Limitless by Jim Kwik. I read this book a few days ago. Length of the book is a lot. It will take time for you to read this book, but there are a lot of important techniques, strategies and concepts that are shared in the book. In fact, even if you read one chapter in 1 week, that will be enough because one chapter is like one book in itself. There is so much shared in just one chapter. So this video we're going to talk about how we can increase our reading speed and reading comprehension so we can make the most of our reading time. At least we all want to read. A lot of people are not able to read as much because of various reasons, but at the end of the day we all want to read because we all have seen how much reading contributes to our growth. And in this video we will share how we can speed read so we can read more in less time and comprehend the same. So in this video, we'll study how we can read faster without compromising on our comprehension and focus levels. Jim Kwik, the author of the book Limitless, is a widely recognized brain performance and accelerated learning expert. He is known for his work as a brain coach to celebrities, entrepreneurs, and professionals, helping them unlock their full potential. Since the book's publication, the book saw a lot of success and positive reviews on different websites. In fact, the book truly stands by its title, which says Limitless, upgrade your brain, learn anything faster and unlock your exceptional life. This book sold over 1 lakh copies and was rated as a best-selling book on New York Times and Wall Street Journal. But before I start sharing with you all the speed reading strategies that are there in this book, I want to share with you an interesting story from the author's background, and this story is also mentioned in the book and will serve as a base to how important speed reading is and how it helped the author grow and succeed in life. Before we start diving into the concepts that will help you read faster, let's take a look at a very simple story from the life of the author Jim Kwik, where he shares how he developed this habit and what it did to him to succeed in his everyday life. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Jim Kwik who grew up with a peculiar inclination to avoid the limelight. He was a shy and reserved kid, finding comfort in blending into the background rather than taking center stage. This tendency continued as he ventured off to school, where he sought solace in large lecture halls, quietly occupying a corner to escape notice. One ordinary day, Jim found himself in a vast classroom, teeming with hundreds of other students. At the front of the room, a professor stood, delivering a captivating lecture, while utilizing an overhead projector to display intriguing images. The atmosphere was charged with academic curiosity and the students were engrossed in the lesson. Amidst the lecture, the professor displayed a text on the projector screen. Unexpectedly, Jim burst into uncontrollable laughter. The words on the screen had triggered a genuine humorous response from him. However, the laughter had an unintended consequence. The sudden outburst drew the attention of all of his fellow students. And in no time, what Jim hated, that is what he was experiencing. Here we see that Jim had to experience something which he really hated. All the eyes were on him, everyone was noticing him, and that is what made him feel so embarrassed. Embarrassment washed over Jim like a tidal wave. He had always strived to remain unnoticed, but now it seemed like all eyes were on him. Blushing furiously, he tried to shrink back into his seat, wishing he could disappear entirely. To his surprise, a few seconds later, the whole classroom erupted in laughter. Jim was perplexed at first, thinking they were mocking him. But as the laughter spread, he realized they were reacting to the text, not his momentary outburst. In that very moment, Jim realized that people were not laughing at him, people were laughing at the text. And the reason why Jim laughed faster than everyone else, because he read that text faster than everyone else. Now let's see what happens next in the story. In that revealing moment, Jim understood the true reason for his embarrassment. He was an exceptionally fast reader and he had comprehended the text far ahead of his fears, leading to the instantaneous reaction. It dawned on him that his ability to read and comprehend at such an extraordinary speed was rare, yet attainable with practice and dedication. And everyone was in awe of Jim's ability to read that fast that he started laughing and giving reactions on that text. And everyone after the class really appreciated Jim's ability, and that gave him the confidence that this is something which is rare, this is something that only he could do in a class full of students. From that day forward, Jim Kwik embraced his unique gift. He understood that he possessed a skill that could be honed and utilized for greater purpose. Instead of hiding in the shadow, he decided to step into the light, using his remarkable abilities to help unlock others' full potential. So the tale of the author Jim Kwik, who was once a very shy person, started spreading far and wide. The once hidden kid became a renowned expert in the art of accelerated learning, leaving an indelible mark on the world with his extraordinary journey from anonymity to empowerment. I hope you enjoyed knowing about his story, and I hope it inspired you that if he can do it, even you can do it. Fast reading, a thing such as fast reading, can be developed with practicing and with imbibing various strategies that I am going to share with you in this book. But before I start giving the strategies, let's debunk some of the myths which are related to fast reading or speed reading. Myth number 1. Fast readers don't comprehend or don't understand as much. Imagine driving slowly down a street, distracted and bored, but racing on a track, you are super focused. The same goes for reading. If we are reading fast, we are more focused, just like driving on a racing track. Myth number 2. Speed reading requires a lot of effort. Slow readers backtrack, reread, and lose focus, making it draining. Fast readers go through words effortlessly, like driving smoothly on an open road. It's all about efficiency. Myth number 3. Fast readers cannot appreciate and cannot retain what they have read. You don't have to dissect every word to understand the essence of a sentence. Flexibility is the key, and you cannot speed through less essential parts without savoring crucial information. Let's do a quick self-assessment of your reading speed to understand where you stand today at this moment. Read for 1 minute and see how many words you're able to cover, and that becomes your reading speed. That is the number of words you can read per minute. So without waiting any further, let's begin with the first strategy of speed reading that is shared in the book Limitless by Jim Kwik. The first is set speed reading goals. As per this technique, whatever books or whatever genres you want to read, set up a reading goal. And that goal can be anything. It can be aggressive or it can be very slow. But make sure that you're writing down your goal, because that is creating a permanent reference in your brain as to what goal you want to achieve in what time. As you know that goals are very time specific, they are time bound in nature. So suppose you have a goal of reading one book, and that book can be anything, as fat as Limitless or as thin as any other book you know of. So whatever books you want to cover, create a reading goal in mind. For example, 2 books in a week, or maybe 3 books in a month. And then after that time period, understand how much you were able to complete that goal. And there is research behind just creating goals. The more goals you create, the faster you are able to read. The research from the Dominican University of California demonstrated the power of setting quantifiable goals. In a study, participants who wrote down their reading goals along with specific actions to achieve them were 42% more likely to achieve these goals compared to those who did not write them down. This shows the importance of creating goals while also making sure that you're writing down your goals to develop your speed reading habit. The second is visual pacing technique. Trust me, even I have tried this technique and it really works greatly. Let me show you what it is. So suppose you're reading the last page of the book Limitless. Just put your finger around the words that you're reading, and that is a game changer in terms of speed reading. When we are using our finger as a visual pacer, it actually keeps your eyes focused and prevents wandering. You will experience firsthand how it boosts your reading speed. So reading with your finger also introduces a sense of touch. More of your sense organs are involved while reading, and that increases the pace of your reading. And start doing it to actually see the results. This technique really works. Even I have tried it. The third technique is the use of visualization for increasing your speed and comprehension. Do you know that naturally our brains are more inclined towards images, and whenever we are reading something, we start imagining that in our mind, and that increases our comprehension. For suppose example, if you are reading the story of the hare and of tortoise, start imagining that simple story in your mind. This is what the characters are, this is what is happening, and one after the other, when you start imagining one situation after other, it automatically increases your speed reading and comprehension. Research published in the Journal of Educational Psychology found that readers who actively engage in visualization while reading demonstrate better comprehension of the text. By creating mental images of the content, readers can better understand and retain information, making the reading experience more meaningful and enjoyable. The fourth technique is expand your peripheral vision. See, whenever we are reading, we feel that we have to read one word at a time. But speed readers are the one who are able to increase the periphery of their vision and look at multiple words even though they are reading one word at a time, and that dramatically increases the speeding read. This skill skyrockets your speed reading skills. So whenever you're reading next, make sure that you're looking at a group of words, maybe like the entire sentence when you're reading, not just the word that you're actually reading, and that will really increase your peripheral vision and will eventually increase your speed reading. Imagine the words report and card together as report card. Your mind is capable of seeing group of words in a single glance. To condition yourself, practice taking in more words at once. The fifth technique is counting 1 to 10 to reduce sub-vocalization. So sub-vocalization is the voice that is going on in our head when we are reading, and that really slows us down. The author suggests that when we are counting, when we are reading 1, 2, 3, this challenges your mind to focus on counting instead of sub-vocalizing every word. The author also suggests a very simple exercise to boost your reading speed, in which the author says that set up a timer of maybe like 4 minutes and see how much you're able to read in that 4 minutes. Now set up a timer of 3 minutes and challenge yourself to read the same thing in that very same 3 minutes. Now continue this process for 2 minutes and 1 minute and see how much you are able to grasp, read and understand in that limited period of time. Now repeat the process a day after and a day after, and to see if your reading speed over this time has gone up or not. Remember, speed reading is just like any other muscle that can be improved and increased for better capability if we able to follow these techniques that I have shared in this video. Remember, it's all about consistency and practice. Even if you just pull out one technique out of the 4 or 5 that I have shared in this video, it will dramatically improve your reading speed. See, we all are reading continuously. We are reading social media posts, we are reading our books, we are reading our courses, we are reading our materials, we are reading our presentations, or anything else. We are constantly reading. And we all know how much we learn and how much our success levels go up if we are reading. But imagine if you are able to read faster, your level of success can be amped up, your learning abilities and the amount of information that you know, you are aware of, will be much more than anyone else. See, we always says, we widely know of this sentence that leaders are readers. If you take the lives of any successful person, be it any industrialist, businessman, politician, a person who has power or a person who has money, you will still see in their everyday life that they incorporate reading. And why that is? Because reading is a technique that really boosts our memory, enhances the power of our brain. It is an exercise for the brain. And the more we read, the more we grasp, the more we learn. And we all know that we have to do a lot of reading in our everyday life. Be it reading books, reading courses, reading presentations, reading our books, structures, anything. We are constantly reading. Even social media posts, we are reading a lot of times. So the more we are reading, the more we are grasping, the more knowledge we are accumulating in our life, and the more we are succeeding. So reading is a very important habit that you can grasp, but imagine if you're able to read the same amount in less time, and that will become a game changer for you. Because the reading that everyone can do in 1 hour, if you're able to do in 30 minutes without compromising on quality, that becomes a game changer for you. That becomes an added advantage for you, that gives you a strong competitive advantage amongst your peers or classmates. So start implementing these techniques and see how it goes for you.